Hey guys, welcome back to Racklify. I'm down in Dallas, Texas for SubSummit, and I'm here with Michelle from Our Serviceworks. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about sustainability and what that looks like in your fulfillment process. Thanks for joining me, Michelle.
Sure. Glad to be here.
So, what is sustainability, especially when you're talking about your fulfillment process, selling online? You're generating a lot of material, using a lot of material. What's sustainability?
It's interesting because in the fulfillment industry, we create a lot of waste. And when you start looking at the packaging itself, all of that packaging, once it hits that consumer's doorstep, is eventually going to end up either into a recycling bin or it's going to end up in the landfill. So to us, it's really important to apply the principles at the basic level. So looking at the boxes, do your boxes have recycled content? Are they truly fully recyclable? The tape that you're using, there's a bit of a misconception with the tape that's used on a box. If you have a recyclable box and you're putting plastic tape on it, guess what? That box is no longer recyclable. You actually have to remove the tape. So it's important to be able to use paper tape on that box. And then your void fill, having void fill that's also recyclable and has recycled content. So those are all pieces that go into the box. There's a lot of thought that goes behind it when you're fulfilling.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting things because when you're making that order as somebody shopping online, you want the thing that's in the box, and you don't necessarily put a whole lot of thought into those other things that are going to come along with that, right? Whether it's a big box that's oversized or packing peanuts that are going to get all over your floor.
Yes.
But again and again in the e-commerce space, I see review after review where someone's complaining about, oh, they shipped me a bunch of air. Oh, they sent me packing peanuts. They got all over my room. Right? And this all comes back to sustainability because one, sustainability is a good thing for the planet, but two, it matters to your customers. It matters a lot.
It does indeed. And that's a great point. So the size of the box is so incredibly important. And there's a lot of technology in the 3PL industry that allows us to select the right size box for that package. So we don't have a lot of air. And then when it comes to the actual void fill that we're using in that package, we want it to be something that doesn't crush the product, that actually complements the product. So there are a lot of choices, but I think it's really important to make sure that that void fill you're using is recyclable and it doesn't go back into our landfills.
Yeah, because that's all coming along with the product, right? And it's part of that opening experience, right? Everybody talks about,
Yes.
the box opening, and Apple and all these brands put so much attention to what that box opening experience is like. And if you're an e-commerce brand, especially somebody in like a luxury or a beauty space, you're going to want to put some, customization into that box, some, sustainability efforts, some things that are going to make your customer feel good as they receive that package, they open that package, and they keep that Christmas Day feeling alive.
Exactly. And that's interesting. I love the Christmas Day feeling because that's really what it is. When you get a package delivered,
yeah, Santa came to the door, he dropped it off,
And it's my gift. I get to open my gift. And you want that feeling. You want that giftable feeling. We work with many brand new brands to market, and we have ways to help customize that package without going out and spending and buying hundreds of thousands of boxes. We can introduce you to ways to actually customize and brand your paper tape so that you're not investing in boxes ahead of time before you're ready.
So I think that's something that a lot of people forget about when they're talking about sustainability is they go out and they buy all this custom packaging.
Yes.
And sometimes it doesn't fit your product as well as you thought it was, or you don't sell as much product as you want, or God forbid you go out of business. Then what happens to all of that material, right? Like there can be pallets and pallets and pallets of material, pallets and pallets and pallets of plastic, all kinds of things laying around after you're done with that product line, done with the business. And, that can leave a big footprint behind.
It can, absolutely. And I think one of the worst things that a brand can do when they're looking at custom packaging is they look at their SKU set today. They don't think about what's it going to look like this time next year. Today I have 2 SKUs. So they go out and they invest in a small box and a medium-sized box. What happens when next year you have 10 SKUs? Now you don't have a box. So you're trying to use up your branded boxes for specific orders, and then you're accessing boxes that are stock boxes for the rest of the orders. So it creates a very inconsistent experience.
Creates inconsistencies in your fulfillment process, whether you're doing that
Absolutely.
yourself, whether you're working with a provider. And this forward thinking is like one of the key things that people look for in a 3PL, because they want somebody that's going to grow with them. And a lot of times when people are out there, they look at the now and they forget to look at, well, what's my business going to look like 2 years down the road,
Right.
3 years down the road, 5 years down the road.
Yes.
And sustainability can become a bigger part as your footprint increases, right? The need for customizable packaging can become a bigger need as your brand grows. And you want a partner that keeps that in mind.
You absolutely do. And it's important to ask the basic questions. Ask, what is your basic pack out? What does that look like? And is it 100% recyclable? Number two, if I want to customize, what are my next steps? You want your 3PL to really dig deep. You want them to be able to think outside the box and bring you a solution that is going to work for you today and that can grow into your future growth.
Awesome. Well, it was really great talking to you, Michelle. Do you have anything else you want to add about Our Serviceworks or what's going on at your business right now?
Absolutely. Well, we're here at SubSummit, and we are having a great time talking to brands about their subscription box services. So our facility, we're located here in Dallas, and we are a fully climate controlled facility that's also FDA registered. So we're excited to talk to brands, and we are absolutely taking on new brands.
Yeah, no, it's really amazing. Some of the brands here, it's really big for the health and beauty, really big for the subscription box. And if you're in one of those two spaces, Michelle can be a great resource. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. We hope you enjoyed it. We're coming out with more content every week.